am so excited for today because I have heard about this amazing, I don't even know what to call it. It's empowering, it's educating, it's entertaining. That's what it says on the website, and it says in the universe, because this is Spec Labs, Spectrum Laboratory, autistic and neurodiverse artists in acting, film, music, and animation. And today we have the co-president, the co-founder, the head film and acting instructor, Jason Weissbrod, and Garth Herberg, who is the co-president, co-founder, head music instructor. And here they are, da da da, Spec Labs.
Hey.
I love it.
Hello, yeah.
Hello, hello.
Yes, thanks for having Spectrum Laboratory on Meet the Biz. We've heard about Meet the Biz. We love Meet the Biz. Our students love Meet the Biz. It's amazing to be here and to be on Meet the Biz.
Well, thank you. You know, it's, you know, what I love is that, you know, there's these little families all around, like Spec Labs, which I've heard about for years, and finally, you know, at a birthday party, met the two of you.
Yes.
And even before that, I mean, there's so much to talk about. I mean, when did Spec Labs come into, you know, when did you birth Spec Labs?
Well, basically Garth and myself, I'm Jason Weissbrod, and that's Garth over there. We kind of linked together. I'm a filmmaker and an actor and was in the Hollywood machine for over 20 years, just making commercials and being on TV shows and films, and that was my passion. And I kind of got involved with about 15 years ago with the autism community in general, and started working with a lot of actually students that are in Spec Labs now.
Now, how did you get involved with the autism? How did that happen?
So I started volunteering for a program called the Miracle Project.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so we were doing theater productions, which is love. I love the theater. We were doing theater, musicals, and I was working there. I worked there for almost 9 years. And then Garth came along, and you want to talk about how you came in there, Garth?
Yeah, sure. So I've been a musician my whole life. Composer. I've been making records since I was in high school with different bands, and then getting more into production. And I've also been teaching music for a long time. So by the time Jason and I met, I'd had some experience working at a school, Bridges Academy. I was teaching over there, and they work with twice exceptional students. So autistic students that are extremely capable, and I helped with the music program there. I ended up doing some touring with some different bands after that, came off the road, was doing music direction in Theater Row in LA. And I was looking for gigs, and that's when I found out about the Miracle Project. And I went there to see what it was all about, and instantly met Jason, who I'd actually known. We grew up in the same town and had a lot of the same friends. So instantly Jason was like, "Oh, you're here for this." He was already the acting director. It's like, you know, don't worry.
I grabbed Garth. Yeah. I grabbed Garth, and I'm like, "You're doing this. You're doing this with us." And we hit it off. And we were having fun, and it's great, and the musical theater is wonderful, but it wasn't our passions. It wasn't like my filmmaking passion, my acting and auditioning and learning how to make, you know, professional short films was my main passion. And Garth and I started talking. Garth's like, "Well, let's make records. Like, let's make songs and release records and do it professionally," because a lot of these autistic, amazing artists we grew to know and love were becoming adults. And we were like,
the story I like to talk about Dominique, because he was like the first artist we worked with together, where I was like, "Oh yeah, we should be making records."
Dominique Brown.
When we were first working with him, Jason and I were doing It was really cool. It was a production it was like a team effort between Teenage Drama Workshop at CSUN and Miracle Project. I was acting as music director. Jason was acting director, and Dominique was there, and he came up to me and he said, "Hey, I think I have a song for the show," because we were still kind of writing it as we worked on it. And I was like, "Okay." And he pulled out a journal with like probably at least 100 songs, like filled pages. He like, it's like, "All right, here's the song," and then he started singing it for me on the spot. And there was another fantastic music director we were working with, Zach Marsh. Yeah. So at the time, I think I was working on different aspects of the play. So I was like, "Dom, go see Zach and figure this out really quick." And it was after that, I was like, this guy has tons of songs, tons of music that he needs to record and make. And it wasn't long after that, Jason and I had to talk about like doing some kind of a production company, because Jason's a filmmaker and I made all these records, and we were just like, this is a natural step for us to get into doing this kind of production. We were just really passionate about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wanted it to start off as like a production company and make like professional things, and then it just turned into having classes and starting, because we needed to meet artists. So it went from this idea of being a professional production studio, which is still our big vision dream, but that's what we wanted to start with. But we realized in order to start, we had to build our artists. We had to build a team. So we've been, for the past 6 years now, just building. We started with 6 students in our first class, and we just had a film class and a music class, and that was it. Right. And now we have a roster of almost 75 students. Some, because of COVID, were around the world. So we've got like different students from around the States coming in, and we've got, I think, 10 or 11 programs now, classes that we're offering in improv comedy, voice acting, animation. So we're growing, and that dream of a production studio is getting closer and closer.
Yeah. And now we've made a Voice on War Dresses. We'll talk more about that, but made a really fantastic film that's gone to film festivals. Wonderful. I've got a small operation here, but a small music studio for our record label that's fledgling, that's trying to grow legs. So we're kind of getting back to that original idea we had, which was going more heavily into production. When we started, we were like, we need to nurture talent. We can't just jump into production, because there needs to be a community. There needs to be an environment where people can come in, because, not necessarily like that great artist may not have it the first day. They may need to cultivate that talent and need, the tools to really bring it out. So after doing that for like 6 years, now we're kind of like leaning heavier into how we can really bridge into the entertainment industry and create more of a network, and just keep upping the content we're making too.
Yeah. I listening to the two of you, my mind is going, because I didn't know that you had started. For some reason, I didn't know it was the Miracle Project. And it reminded me, because I started with Mary Rings at Born to Act Players.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I was her assistant for 9-10 years. And then I created Meet the Biz, and then we went to Inclusion Films, and we went to Actors for Autism, and now, and SAG and AFTRA and Performing Arts Studio West now. So it's fascinating how I love how we all connect.
It's a community. Los Angeles is a community. If you're working for one organization, you meet people and they're with another organization, then you're talking to them, and then before you know it, it's a constant like network, of amazing people who, that and so that's what we didn't know Spec Labs was going to turn into this when we started. We thought we would just maybe making fun short films and little records, but it really has become like a family, like a huge community. And we're meeting more and more amazing people like you and, PSAW, and it's, and we're finding that it's just such a beautiful, amazing community in Los Angeles. And we would love to, and now it's so cool that we're meeting people outside of LA and starting to work outside.
I know this is, that's a good, I always look at the positive side of everything. And what
I wanted to, Jay, I don't know if you know this story, but a weird bit of foreshadowing in my life is one of the bands I was in for many years. We used to rehearse at Actors for Autism.
Really? Uh-oh. Wait, hold on. We paused. We've like frozen here.
We lost you for a sec.
I hate when that happens. It doesn't happen that much, but oh my God.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
We're back. Actors for Autism. You were talking about Actors for Autism.
Well, I was just saying a weird bit of foreshadowing in my life before getting into this this community at all. I was just a musician. My band rehearsed at Actors for Autism because the singer's dad was on the board over there. So that was just kind of without me even knowing. That was what was. There's a lot more of that to come.
Yeah,
that's cool. I remember their old space. It was great. It was great. Listen, one thing that I didn't mention at the beginning is that we have some special surprise guests today. Not for us, but for the audience. And we are going to actually they're special for, I know. Did you feel the freeze too?
Yeah.
Okay, I know. It's gonna happen. But you were talking about artists that you work with and these talented artists, and we have one of the talented artists here today, Lucas Selesky. Let's see. Wait, here we go.
You got Lucas Selesky in that.
Selesky. I have been mispronouncing it for all these years.
Well, let's have Garth give Lucas an introduction, because Garth has been working so amazing with Lucas.
Oh yeah,
6 years now. So
Lucas is one of those artists that just totally changed my life. He came into Spec Labs when we started. He was one of our very first students, and he has this incredible passion and exuberance in general, but channeled into music is just a very amazing thing. So Lucas is an artist on Spec Lab Records. He's also an engineer. He's helped make a lot of recordings with us. He's also composed music with us. Just an extremely talented guy. Not to mention he's a fantastic actor as well. So yeah, here's Lucas.
There he is.
What's up, everyone?
what's up, Lucas?
Lucas, and I have to say, it was because of you, Lucas.
Thank you.
This is all happening.
Yeah. I can't believe this is happening. Oh my God. I love
because of course Lucas is also at Performing Arts Studio West, and I don't think there's a day that goes by when we were in the studio that he didn't talk about Spec Labs.
Oh.
And
That's sweet,
I have to say your video that you just came out with was amazing. Is amazing.
Thank you. Yes, I know, it's amazing.
Now, did you write the song?
Yes, I did, with the help of Garth.
Which song is this?
I love my microphone.
Oh, I love my microphone. Yeah, that's that track. It's actually, we put that out, I think 2019.
Right.
And yeah, that song is awesome, Lucas. I mean, I forget how it even started. Do you remember how that song started?
Yeah, it was like in 2016.
Was it? No, it wasn't that far back, was it?
It was
It's
like
it's on your album.
Yeah, it's on my 2018 album.
Okay, so 2018, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you made the video in 2019.
I made the video in 2017.
17? Okay. Yeah, we made it a couple years back.
Made a couple years back.
It was called I Love My Microphone, and it featured another Spec Labs artist who was on that.
Abby Romeo Lutz.
Abby, and we just started, basically, Lucas, I think you came to us and just talked about how much he loved his microphone, just loved, the power of his microphone. And we were like, we got to turn this into a song. So we did some writing with Abby, and before you knew it, we had a hit song and a hit music video.
Yeah.
It's really one of my favorites from you, Lucas. Definitely.
Thank you.
I remember, Lucas, too, when you told me about it, and I checked it out, and I was like, I played it over and over again. It was like so addicting.
Yeah.
And I think everybody here should see it right now.
Oh yeah, I think they should like it now. O-P-H-O-N-E. I love it, love it.
I love a microphone.
Give me more of that microphone.
I love a microphone.
It's my so-fi happiness. Open your ear, receive my kiss. A microphone is a beautiful weapon. It's my truth, it's my confession. Mean people cannot pull me down when I make this awesome sound.
Yo.
And the world goes round and round. M-I-C-R-O-P-H-O-N-E.
I love a microphone. I love a microphone.
M-I-C-R-O-P-H-O-N-E.
I love a microphone. I love a microphone.
On the mic I feel neurotypical. The neurons are doing well.
I love a microphone.
When I can't get my words out like Ariel, find the mermaid mic and I'll spill it, y'all.
And the world goes round and round. M-I-C-R-O-P-H-O-N-E.
I love a microphone. I love a microphone.
M-I-C-R-O-P-H-O-N-E.
I love a microphone. I love a microphone.
Brave like Merida, cute like Spike, fly like the Powerpuff Girls in the night. Leave your phone at home. Hey, hey, hey. Twerk it all out. On the microphone. Do a dance move like Michael Jackson. Hey, hey. Bring the action. M-I-C-R-O-P-H-O-N-E.
I love a microphone. I love a microphone.
M-I-C-R-O-P-H-O-N-E.
I love a microphone.
I love my microphone, baby.
I love that. I love it. It's now what's happening next for you, Lucas? What's next on your plate?
My next on my plate is that I'm recording new music.
Yeah, we're getting in this. We're actually getting in the studio next week. It's very, very exciting because we have not been able to work in person for over a year.
Yeah.
But finally, we're getting in the studio next week. Do you want to talk about the latest track you're working on, Lucas?
I'm working on Fresh Air featuring Miles LeBlanc. And I'm also going to be doing another song which is called Distance in the Air, which is a new song that I wrote.
Lucas,
Yeah.
This just popped in my head. If you had to do a duet with one person in the whole wide world, who would it be?
I think it would be Miley Cyrus for Distance in the Air.
Well, yeah,
He actually, one of the first songs we ever wrote with Lucas was Chicken Bone.
Yeah.
And you can see that on our Spec Labs YouTube channel. And it's all about him finding a chicken bone in his mother's matzo ball soup and making a wish that he could rock out with Miley Cyrus. So this Miley Cyrus, Lucas has been a fan of Miley for, I mean, probably most of your life,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. I started becoming a diehard fan in 2009 when I saw her perform at the Concert for Hope.
Mm.
Then in 2013, I went to the Kiss FM's Jingle Ball and saw her perform again. Then the
Lucas,
next year.
after you saw her perform for the first time, was that what did it? Was that the moment
Yeah.
where you became a huge fan?
Yes.
Cool,
Mhm.
cool.
And then you knew you wanted to be a pop star.
Yeah, and I knew I would want to be a pop star, and I'm following it in her footsteps.
Oh, she inspired you. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I can't wait for that album to come out with that duet on it.
Yeah. Miles LeBlanc and Miley Cyrus duets.
If you're out there, Miley, we can't wait to get you in the studio.
Miley, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's just the creations that I can't wait to come to your studio when we're open. And just like swim with you guys and create. I mean, I'm all about bringing everybody together, as you know, and maybe when we get out of quarantine as well, you can come and visit Performing Arts Studio West.
Yeah,
So,
we'd love to.
I know there are a lot of people there are other people too who talk about Spec Labs in there. They're always talking. And you were talking before too. What was it? How you have Danny Bowman as a part of Spec Labs as well.
We actually hired Danny. We gave her first teaching job in Los Angeles.
Really?
So we work with her own company called Dannymation.
Yes.
That she founded when she was like 14 years old.
Yeah.
And I've always been a huge fan of Danny, and I've seen her work for years. And when we started Spec Labs, I was like, let's hire Danny. So like, because I always wanted to work with her. So we met with her and her Sandy and Patrick, who work with her at Dannymation. And it was just like a great fit right off the bat. She came in, she started teaching our students animation. Now she's been with us over 4 years, I think she's been working with
Really?
us. So she's just been, she's a big part of our team. We love Danny.
Well, it's so interesting because I think I met her about 4 or 5 years ago because I was writing for Ability Magazine then. And I did an article on her. And then that's how we connected. It's just I love the connections.
I can't believe how much stuff we've done with Danny in 6 years. It's like,
we've done a lot.
Track of.
Yeah. And it was just good. It started because like we were talking about projects and so many of our students were like, well, you got to have animation. We got to do some animation. I'm like, I guess we got to start animation. And immediately the first person I thought of was Danny. I'm like, all right, well let's go to Danny.
And I have to say, the animation in your film, Boys Won't Wear Dresses, oh my God, the whole film is brilliant. I mean, I saw that and I was actually tearing up from just joy. I mean, that film has such heart in it and it's so, put together. I love how the animation comes in and the music. I used to collect soundtracks, the albums, and I still have them in storage right now, but I love the soundtrack. I said, where's the soundtrack album?
Lucas's song, I Love My Microphone, is in the movie.
I know.
It's actually in the movie. And then Garth did, the score was a large part of Garth, and then he brought in a bunch of our artists.
It was so cool. We got to bring in a bunch of our guys to sing, some of our favorite musicians to work with to play. We had some great string musicians, a wonderful harpist. Yeah, it was such a fun project to see through, and quite a journey for all of Spec Labs. Really, I lost track of how many people at Spec Labs we had working on that film, but it's like practically everyone.
Spec Labs, there was like about 15 to 20 people in Spec Labs working on that movie.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Was that would you say that was one of your biggest projects to date, or?
Yeah, and let's bring so they can talk about it with us.
I think so. Well, we have the two leads of that wonderful film coming on right now.
There's Brandon Rodriguez.
Hey, Brandon.
Hello.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Spencer.
Hey, Spencer.
Hey, Spencer.
Hey,
Spencer Hart.
guys.
Hello.
Jason.